We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Primetime. This taken in at the 8-yard line. They finally get him down, but he gets the away up close to the 40-yard line. Their own 39-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Pass the 60, pass the 60, pass the 60, pass the 60. Blair.
On the ground, it's Johnson. And he looks past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Cowboy, go!
Out of the shotgun, Young. Check that left side. He stops. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. 12-yard line. They'll run with the rookie, drafted in the 3rd round. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. From the set.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Back. Ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Pittsburgh there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down.
19, Charger, 19.
Throwing now from the gun. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Tag. Viking 18. 60 even. 60.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
And the Steelers
A pickup there of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard
That's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Get it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Tony Allen. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Even around certain quarterbacks like that love throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who are very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Run over the middle, and they can't connect. Incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Handoff here. Up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They get 18 on that one. And the Jets have a first down.
18 on the play. First down, Jets.
First carry of the game now, and here's Breece Hall.
Breece Hall, the ball
That's
carrier.
the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Now give up the middle. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
That's good. Boy.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
There's a short one caught by Taylor. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Jets first down.
Ready?
A gain of 12. First down, New York.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Now after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
Give up the middle with Hall. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard.
A loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Ready?
They'll go again with Hall.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Ready, 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 ready.
They're going to go, and it's Hall. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation. But here, I can totally understand why he decided to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey! 18. Hook.
Finding Metcalf quickly on the RPO. And he is out of bounds at the 45. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Steelers 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
I'm waiting.
That one is complete. And a good job running with the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Half the 60, half the 60.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up.
Let's go. Half the half 70, half 70. Let's go.
This looks like a design run. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line. And the drive continues. 1st down.
Great play design here, Mike. The formation allows them to spread the defense out from sideline to sideline. Then snap the ball into the hands of your quarterback, find some daylight, and pick up the 1st down.
70 Timberwolves.
On 1st down is Young. And forced out of bounds, a very short gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
44-yard line.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was no.
The Jets have got it.
team in the league, they worked on scoop and score, and they got the scoop part right. I'll tell you what, he had a lot of lead blockers out in front of him. They were trying to get their into the end zone for 6, but he's going to come up just short. And his offense now trots on the field on the doorstep of the goal line in prime position to come away with 6.
After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. First and goal. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. Now Jake Moody for the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
It's always nice as an offense when you can get a lift from special teams, and that was truly a team effort. I mean, you can see it's great blocking that gave him the initial seam, and he took advantage of it. That was really well done.
Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Come 19. Come 19. Take off.
Young to throw on first down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On second down, Young. The ball deflected at least a couple of times. And it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Here we go, Shaq.
From the gun, it's Young. Will swing this out to Johnson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Only a yard.
Mike, I can tell you firsthand, when you take the field on your opponent's side of the 50, there's a lot of optimism and hope that this is going to be a touchdown scoring drive. So, nice job here by the defense, holding strong and defending this short field.
And that's going to run out of speed. It comes up short. No good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick.
Okay,
so it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Now, take the ball. And he lost the football. This is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy. We'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
He's tackled at the 40
Eagle. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
I understand it's third down. The quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on third down, you're going to force the ball into tight coverage. At least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that first down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete. Now brings up fourth down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go. Drop low 80. Let's go.
Young. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And no chance of returning to go. That one good for just a couple.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide. Of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Go. Cowboy Mustang 19.
Now Young. And Calf reels it in on the right side. They'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself over.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This fielded inside the 35. He's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Here we go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll go left side here and complete this one. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Okay,
2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Second down, they need 7.
Drop low 80. 60 Eagle. Steady.
They'll run it out of the gun, and it's home. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. And the Jets have a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Here's a second and 9.
19 tight. Let's go now.
Back to throw. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. And he'll get into the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown Jets. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
Mike, Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. The quarterback expecting his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Check out.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
First time they've looked his way tonight.
For a Steelers.
Good time to do it. It's a first down.
Ready.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Young. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pick up at 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Throwing it out wide, and Metcalf has it. He'll be brought down after a short pickup. That is enough for a first down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts
At the 40-yard
as the
line.
clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Out of the shotgun, Young. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
Back to the air, it's Young. Here's Fuller quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready, ready.
Here's Young to throw. Oh, looking end zone, but he's out of the reach of the receiver. And incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. He's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
14. Steelers 7.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's close to a first down. The gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far. I think you can give the defense all the credit for that. There's his first catch of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter.
And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
That's good.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards on that pass play. Good for a Jets first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. Backs to the end zone. It's incomplete. What a job in covering and hustling that one free. It'll be second down now.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Paige Stover. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Jets have a first down.
First down, Jets.
Shotgun snap. And a good job. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 11 yards again. 2 plays in a row. And another first down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And he's in! Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Showing off the big leg.
The Steelers
want to
take
defend a
over first
return,
and
so this
10
ball
at their
going to
own
be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Shut up. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll start this on the ground with Crouchy. And he's able to push through the tackle. That's a pickup 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on second down, Young. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. He couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Set. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Get wide. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw, Young. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down
at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
So, Mike, you find yourself in some of these inclement weather games, whether it's rain or snow, really the challenge falls on the defensive side. They're usually more in a reactionary position where they got to change directions and they got to react to the plays and the movement of the offense. So what you want to do in these bad games is keep the ball underneath, tackle well in space, and say, okay, offense, snap that slippery ball one more time, throw it one more time. Just make them go the long way. Don't get them off the hook by giving them a one-play score.
Ready, get.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And he gets that one complete to his tight end, Taylor. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
18.
1st and 10.
That's good for a Jets. 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to air this one out. And that is incomplete.
So I hate the decision, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took him way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
Inside the 25. And he will score. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. The offensive line does its job. And back kicking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
So the punch begins with a give to Johnson. He'll try to keep his foot and manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
Finding Metcalf quickly on the RPO. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's now 3rd and 8.
3rd, they need 8.
Ready. Rock.
From the gun, it's Young. And that is incomplete. Contact. Going to be 4th down. kick this one skyward. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At their own 30.
Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play.
Red! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll find Hall out of the field. And he'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Get up! Down Warriors! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Warriors 70!
He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Ready! Let's go! Steady!
On the bootleg, it's Young. Moving outside the pocket. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
19! Charge!
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's near the 1st down, stopped a little short of the 40. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout.
Got it! Ready?
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Hawk 7! Ready! Lightning 8! Ready!
With Johnson. It looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's gotten enough. They convert on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
And this is really just all about the second effort. I mean, they've got him stopped initially, but it's his ability to just continue to push through the initial contact, push forward to that 1st down marker, and he didn't get it by much, but that's a really good effort.
Continues after this. From the 41, here's 2nd and 9.
60 Eagles! 70 Lions! 10!
Fourth quarter begins on the ground. Attack is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain there of 20. That's a Steeler 1st down. toss right. Here comes Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
To throw here on first down. That one incomplete. Defender right there. And it's second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Here's a third down and 4.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He'll get this out wide. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get fourth and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Open man left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive ball there. It works out as they convert on fourth down.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Motion, motion, motion.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Set. Liking 18.
Now it's Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
First down.
A gain of 11, and it's first and goal. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. To the goal line and in. Alvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Good. Makes the score Jets 28, Steelers 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Ready.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Let's go.
Handoff. Here comes Holt. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Get 50, get Ranger, 70 Ranger.
He'll look to throw. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but, Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback can put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside, because those are the ones that end up going the other direction.
The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
It might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this two-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And look at this clock. It might be running out of time.
Very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
At the 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of
Just
4.
a little slow developing on that
third
screenplay
and 3.
there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
And he'll get a few yards on this return. The 15-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10.
Here we go, set. 60 each, go.
They'll drop to throw. Right side. Catch made by Bill. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's first and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Over the middle, Metcalf has it. Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Howard now to throw it here on second down. Over the middle and taken in by Fireman. Here's first down.
Gain on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Throw again. It's Howard. This one. Up top for Bob.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. That one intercepted. Picked up by Isaiah Thomas.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. the ball down